guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be soft spoken and it's going to be about Criterion collection DVDs and or Blu-rays. And so I have here this beautiful Criterion collection tote bag, which is kind of like a canvas material, and it's got this beautiful silver C logo right here, and then it says the Criterion collection in silver on this side as well. So this tote bag is black all the way around. It's got two tall handles that are kind of reinforced right here, so you can carry it easily. And let me tell you, this bag can fit a ton of items inside of it. So right now it's got all DVDs and Blu-rays in there, but of course you could use this bag for whatever you want. And I purchased this bag on the Criterion Collection's website. I believe it was about $20 because I think it's a collector's item. Okay, so just want to start off a disclaimer. This is not, in fact, my own collection. All of these Blu-ray and Criterion Collection film tour videos belong to my boyfriend Jesse's collection. So these are all bought by him, and he really loves to collect these items, and I love to watch these films with him as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open it up. Let's see what we've got in here. So we're going to kind of go through all of these and take them out, and we'll see if we can separate them into certain categories. So just off the bat, we're starting off with some different kinds of cases here. These are, I believe they're called steel boxes or steel cases, and it's actually a metal case. So I'll put them here where you can see them. Hopefully they're out of the glare of the sunlight. So I'm gonna make piles for these. We have a different kind of booklet right here. This is more of a hardcover material, like a book would be. And this is a Blu-ray, so I'm going to put this in a different pile. We've got another steel box right here for Chinatown. I'm going to put that with these guys. Okay, we have a few more right here. I love the sound this makes. They kind of collide. Okay, so let's take out some more items from here. So we've got a couple of these cases, and these are just your traditional paper case. Put those right over here. We've got some of them that have a plastic case, like these ones. Those right there. And let's see what else we have. This one's really interesting. This is kind of like a 3D case. This one is still in the shrink wrap. We have one bigger case. I'm just going to flatten the tops of these back down. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to fold up our bag. Place it aside. Okay, so I'm gonna leave these ones over here. I'm gonna rearrange some of these so they're in your view. How's that? That's a little better. Alright, so I am going to save myself at this point and correct what I said before. It's not a steel box, it's a steel book. I just looked that up online and I learned something new today. So these ones are steel books. We are going to go through these ones first. And I'm going to put these ones aside for now. Through those ones first. We are gonna also unwrap this one and shrink wrap later. We're gonna unwrap this later. Alright, we're gonna put it aside for now, right there. Okay. Alright, so let's go through a couple of these steel books first. We are starting off with the classic, The Big Lebowski limited edition, with, of course, Jeff Bridges and John Goodman. We turn it around to the back. You can read the back here. From the Academy Award-winning Coen brothers, The Big Lebowski is a hilariously quirky comedy about bowling, a severed toe, white Russians, and a guy named the Dude. Jeff, the Dude Lebowski, doesn't want any drama in his life. Heck, he can't even be bothered with a job. But he must embark on a quest with his bowling buddies after his rug is destroyed in a twisted case of mistaken identity. Starring Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi, Phyllis Seymour Hoffman, and John Turturro. Turturro? I don't know. Experience the cultural phenomenon of the Dude in this #1 cult film of all time. Alright, so, as you can see, this is a very, very cool looking case. We have a nice bowling ball down here, and of course we've got the Dude. I love John Goodman's face right here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gonna open this up. So inside this steel book, we've got 2 discs. We've got the Blu-ray, and we've got a DVD. So that is that. something over here. Ooh, I see. Wow. So apparently all these movies also come in steelbooks, which is awesome. Okay. And yep, we know for sure now. It says steelbook right here. That is indeed what they are called. Good to know. This is a really cool case. I'm gonna put this one to the side. Next we have Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Very interesting title. Very interesting artwork. There is the bomb on the back. And this is, of course, Dr. Strangelove. I'm gonna open this up. So in this case we have one Blu-ray in here. So sometimes they'll come with the Blu-rays, sometimes with both the Blu-ray and the DVD. Close that one up there. Next we've got Chinatown, starring Jack Nicholson and Faye Dunaway. So some really cool artwork on here. Of course, they had to add in the classic noir blinds in the background. That's excellent. This one kind of has a sheen to it. I like that. And on the back, we've got your classic smoky haze. Seems like the steelbook isn't as secure. Might have been used more. There we go. That's nice. So this is a Blu-ray. I've got a nice matte colored baby blue right there. I kind of like how this steelbook is so simple. Like there's not even a description on the back. Makes it very mysterious. Because it's a noir film. Okay. Well, a noir style. Anyway, I think this is a really cool case. I think all these steelbooks have awesome cases so far. These ones might be my favorite. Alright, next we have Drive, starring Ryan Gosling, of course. And we've got the classic Scorpion right there. That was not excluded. So this is pretty cool artwork, I think. For the cover, look at you can even see the detail. Look how much detail was put just into like his hair. That's really cool. Alright, and then again, we've got no description on the back. I kind of like that. I think if you're at the point where you're going to be buying a steelbook for a film, you've already seen it, you know what it's about, and at this point you're trying to collect it. So I really, really like this case. This might be my favorite one. Oh, and this is even better. Look at this. We have pink steel inside of it. That is amazing. It's matching the pink on the cover and the disc right here. So that's really, really cool. And this one in here is a Blu-ray, of course. So the only thing bad about this is that I don't have a Blu-ray player myself, so I really want to watch this later today, but I can't because it's a Blu-ray. So I will have to visit Jesse and watch this one later. That's alright. I think this is my favorite one so far. You know what I love about this film though? I love the soundtrack so much. It's so beautiful. It fits right in. with the film. I love it. Alright, next we have a Martin Scorsese film, Taxi Driver. This is really interesting artwork we have here. So you've got the view of them from the back in their taxi, but they're looking down on the city street at night. We've got a close-up of the city street over here. Open this one up. Let's see what's inside. Alright, so again, on this Blu-ray, we've got that close-up of the city street, your title, Taxi Driver. And the steel inside this one is this one's also colored. It's kind of like a midnight blue. That's really cool. I like how so much time was put into creating these. I feel like this isn't just like a quickly produced item. I feel like, they designed the artwork for this, and it's really cool. Alright, so unfortunately, those are all of the steelbooks I have with me. We are going to move on to the next interesting type of case, which is for Ghostbusters 1 and 2, starring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, and Rick Moranis. Hope I pronounced his name right. Tell me if I did not. So we have Ghostbusters 1 and 2. The ghost is letting us know that. And so this texture is really just like a hardbacked book. So the classic supernatural comedies that defined a generation, Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2, together in the special collector's edition Blu-ray set, celebrate 30 years of the Ghostbusters franchise with remastered high-def picture and sound for both movies, plus all new and never-before-seen special features. Explore the history of the films with this deluxe collector's edition, loaded with production notes, character sketches, insider info, and more. Bring home these spooktacular, successful films that captured the imagination of audiences around the world and redefined the action comedy genre in the process. Who are you gonna call? You're gonna call the Ghostbusters, by the way. Alright, so let's open this up. We have a table of contents with some photos. Okay, here we go. So we've got many photos in here. So the first half of this is really like a book included in. Looks like we've got little bios of the actors. And look, it says original 1984 bio. So that's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Okay. Then, of course, we've got the 2 Blu-rays in here with the classic Ghost. So this is number 1, the classic, and then we have number 2 right there. We're going to close this up. I think this one is really, really interesting, this case. I like this. I've never seen one like this before. So this one's really cool. I give it a thumbs up. Okay. Next, I think we will undo our shrink-wrapped item. Now this is a Criterion film, The Merchant of 4 Seasons. I'm just gonna play with the shrink wrap here for a second. Now we're gonna start to uncase it. We're gonna unwrap it here. There we go. So we have The Merchant of Four Seasons, freshly unwrapped. Let's take a look at the back. The Merchant of Four Seasons. New German cinema icon Rainer Werner Fassbinder kicked off a new phase of his young career when he made the startling Merchant of Four Seasons. In this anguished, yet mordantly funny film, Fassbinder charts the decline of a self-destructive former policeman and war veteran struggling to make ends meet for his family by working as a fruit vendor. Fassbinder has gained acclaim for a series of trenchant, quickly made early films, but for this one he took more time and forged a new style, featuring a more complexly woven script and a narrative structure and more sophisticated use of the camera, and influenced by the work of his recently discovered idol, Douglas Sirk. The result is a meticulously made, unforgiving social satire. So this one is from 1971. It's 88 minutes. It's in color. The audio is monaural, in German with English subtitles, and we have an aspect ratio of 1.37 to 1. Okay. So we are gonna open this up now. We're gonna take a look. Okay. There we go. So we've got a booklet here. How does this one open? There we go. So we have a cast listing right here on the right. We've got more info back here. Wow, this really opens up. Okay. So we've got a lot of info in this booklet. The production credits are right here. Special thanks and acknowledgements. Some info about the transfer of the film. We're going to wrap this back up. We're going to tuck it in. So, you can take a look at the disc itself. Criterion collection. We've got a photo, possibly a still photo from the film. And then behind it, let's see if I can get that. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that without glare, but we've got another still photo probably from the film. Gonna put it back right here. Always want to be very gentle with these items. I am meticulous about treating discs, whether it's CDs, DVDs, or Blu-rays. I don't ever want them to be scratched, whether they're mine or someone else's. I want to handle everything with a lot of care. So that is The Merchant of Four Seasons. Hope you enjoyed that unwrapping. We are going to move on now to the Time Bandits. Let me see if I can show you guys this cover a little bit. So hopefully you can see that. It really, it's kind of, I guess it's holographic. But essentially this background changes from green to blue. The sunset changes from pink to orange. And the mountain kind of switches shape. So we have Time Bandits, a film by Terry Gilliam. This one is a Criterion as well. this out here. Read on the back. In this fantastic voyage through time and space from Terry Gilliam, a boy named Kevin escapes his gadget-obsessed parents to join a band of time-traveling dwarfs. Armed with a map stolen from the Supreme Being, they plunder treasure from Napoleon and Agamemnon, but evil genius is watching their every move, featuring a darkly playful script by Gilliam and his Monty Python cohort, Michael Palin, who also appears in the film. Time Bandits is at once a giddy fairy tale, a revisionist history lesson, and a satire of technology gone awry. This one is from 1981. It's in color. Ooh. So in here we have what seems to be a map. Maybe this is the treasure map that they were talking about. Looks like it might be. So this is very cool. I've never seen this one, so I'm not quite sure. Okay, and inside we've got some text. Going to wrap it back up here. Tuck it back in. Being very careful with this. Okay. And on our disc, we've got a face and the logo for Criterion. If we take this out, looks like the background is a maze. And we're going to close this back up very carefully. And we're going to bring it back into this beautiful case. Very carefully again. There we go. Just tuck in the edge. Good. So that was Time Bandits. Let's see what else we've got here. Alright, so we had just left off on this film. If you guys will notice, I'm actually filming the second half of this video a few days later than the previous half. And now I am using my new sound equipment setup. I haven't yet had the chance to use my camcorder because I wanted to keep this video within the same aspect ratio. So I'll be filming this video with my old camera, but the next one should be with the camcorder. So anyway, we'll continue on. This film is called it's just called Sweet Smell of Success. And this is a Criterion. This film was made in 1957, and it's starring Burt Lancaster and Tony Curtis. So, there's the cover for you. Flip it over to the back. So this was 1957. It's 96 minutes in black and white, monaural, and a 1.66 aspect ratio. Alright, we'll read the description here on the back. In the swift, cynical, sweet smell of success, directed by Alexander McKendrick, Burt Lancaster stars as the vicious Broadway gossip columnist J.J. Hunsaker, and Tony Curtis as Sidney Falco, the unprincipled press agent Hunsaker ropes into smearing the up-and-coming jazz musician, romancing his beloved sister. Featuring deliciously unsavory dialogue in an acid, brilliantly structured script by Clifford Odets and Ernest Lehman, and Norrish neon cityscapes noir-ish neon cityscapes from Oscar-winning cinematographer James Wong Howe. Sweet Smell of Success is a crackingly cruel dispatch from the kill or be killed wilds of 1950s Manhattan. So let's open this up. There's our inner cover. So in here we have a booklet that looks just like a newspaper. I really like this. This is really cool. And then we have our disc. Inside is just a yellow interior. So this was The Sweet Smell of Success. Next we have a film by Roman Polanski called Tess. This is also part of the Criterion collection. You can see here on the back. This was filmed in 1979. 171 minutes in color. And we'll read the description. Tess. This multiple Oscar-winning film by Roman Polanski is an exquisite, richly layered adaptation of Thomas Hardy's Tess of D'Urbervilles. Tess of D'Urbervilles. I can't read that. Excuse me. A strong-willed peasant girl is sent by her father to the estate of some local aristocrats to capitalize on a rumor that their families are from the same line. This fateful visit commences an epic narrative of sex, class, betrayal, and revenge in which Polanski unfolds with deliberation and finesse. With its earthy visual textures achieved by two world-class cinematographers, Jeffrey Unsworth and, Ghislaine Cloquet? Okay. From Alhazar Belzar. Tess is a work of great pastoral beauty as well as vivid storytelling. Open this up, and I wish I could pronounce some of these names better for you guys. So we've got a booklet here. This is a cool shot. booklet. Then we have a few discs. We have DVDs 1 and 2. Yes. There's DVD 2. And we have over here a single Blu-ray. Right there. So that is Tess. You have another Criterion film by Jean-Luc Godard. Okay. Vivre sa vie was a turning point for Jean-Luc Godard and remains one of his most dynamic films, combining brilliant visual design with a tragic character study. The lovely Anna Karina, Godard's greatest muse, plays Nana, a young Parisian who aspires to be an actress, but instead ends up a prostitute. Her downward spiral depicted in a series of discrete tableaux of daydreams and dances, featuring some of Karina and Godard's most iconic moments, from her movie theater visual to the Passion of Joan of Arc to her seductive pool hall strut. Vive sa vie is a landmark of the French New Wave that still surprises at every turn. This is 1962, 83 minutes, black and white, monaural, with French audio and English subtitles. Okay, got a nice booklet there. I have to say, with these Criterions, let's see, lend yourselves to others, but give yourself to yourself. That's an interesting quote. I have to say, with these Criterions, they can be a little bit pricey, but if you love the movie that you're purchasing, it's going to come with a lot of extra detail and just so much more of an artistic presentation is coming to you when you buy these Criterion Collection films. We have this whole booklet of extra still frames from the movie or from the set, and over here I believe there's an interview. There's just so much extra info about each film that you wouldn't really be able to find elsewhere. And a lot of them also have these sections in their booklets about the transfer, so it just tells about how they transferred the film to disc. So there's our booklet, and we have one disc in this set right there, and I'm assuming this is a Blu-ray, but I could be wrong. Let me see. Yes, it's a Blu-ray. Okay. Yep, Blu-ray edition. Okay. Yet again, wish I could pronounce the words better. Okay. Here we have a really interesting cover. I have not seen this one. It's from 1963. I'm gonna assume it's pronounced Jude. Could be wrong. This effortlessly cool crime caper, directed by a director whose name I can't pronounce, is a marvel of dexterous plotting and visual intention, conceived as a homage to another person. Cult silent serial of the same name, Jude, kicks off with the mysterious kidnapping of a corrupt banker by a shadowy crime fighter, and spins out into a thrillingly complex web of deceptions, combining stylish 60s modernism with silent cinema touches and even a few unexpected sci-fi accents. Jude is a delightful bit of pulp fiction and a testament to the art of illusion. Okay. Sounds very interesting. Wish I could pronounce it better. The next time I do one of these Blu-ray collections, maybe I should just pick out films that I can pronounce. I think it would make things easier on everyone. I like this paper. It's really nice. Okay, we have DVDs 1 and 2, and we have a Blu-ray. I feel like you're getting more for your money when you get the sets that contain both. Okay, here we have Black Narcissus by Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger. This explosive film about the conflict between the spirit and the flesh is the epitome of the sensuous style of Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger. A group of nuns, played by some of Britain's finest actresses, including Deborah Kerr, Kathleen Byron, and Flora Robson, struggle to establish a convent in the Himalayas, while isolation, extreme weather, altitude, and culture clashes all conspire to drive the well-intentioned missionaries mad. A darkly grand film that won Oscars for Alfred Young's art direction and Jack Cardiff's cinematography. Black Narcissus is one of the greatest achievements by two of cinema's true visionaries. This is a DVD edition, was made in 1947, 108 minutes, in color. Yes, that is certainly colorful. Let's take a look at the brochure, or the booklet. That is quite the view indeed. That would definitely drive me mad too if I was perched directly over a sheer drop and I had to live there. Yeah, I can understand that. Okay, this is our disc. The design in that looks really interesting. We've got the classic Criterion C. Let's take a look at our brochure. Our booklet. Okay. I like this artwork too over here. Black Narcissus. Next we have Alhazard Balthazar by Robert Bresson. It might be hard to see, but this is a girl. This is a donkey or a burro. I'll read the back first before you open it up. So this is also a Criterion, a profound masterpiece from one of the most revered filmmakers in the history of cinema. Director Robert Bresson's Alhazard Balthazar follows the donkey Balthazar as he is passed from owner to owner, some kind and some cruel, but all with motivations beyond his understanding. Balthazar, whose life parallels that of his first keeper, Marie, is truly a beast of burden, suffering the sins of man. But despite his powerlessness, he accepts his fate nobly. Through Bresson's unconventional approach to composition, sound, and narrative, this seemingly simple story becomes a moving parable of purity and transcendence. So we've got our disc right there. And we've got a booklet right here. Next in line we have Tootsie with Dustin Hoffman by Sydney Pollack. This was from 1982. Let's take a look at the back. So this is a Blu-ray edition from 1982, 116 minutes in color. In Tootsie, Michael Dorsey lands the role of a lifetime, as did the actor playing him, Dustin Hoffman. This multi-layered comedy from Sydney Pollack follows the elaborate deception of a down-on-his-luck New York actor who poses as a woman to get a soap opera gig. While Dorothy Michaels skyrockets into fame, Michael Dorsey finds himself learning to be a better man. Given support by a stellar cast that includes Dabney Coleman, Charles Durning, Terry Garr, George Gaines, Bill Murray, and in a breakthrough role, Jessica Lange, Tootsie is a funny, cutting, and poignant film from an American moment defined by shifting social and sexual identities. Okay. This movie is awesome, by the way. Oh no. Where's the disc? I wonder if it got left in a DVD player or a Blu-ray player. We better find this disc. Let's take a look at the brochure at least. Okay. I think we have an awesome poster on one side. One great team. Alright, so I wish I could show you guys the disc, but I think it is in a DVD player still. Alright, Next we have La Dolce Vita by Federico Fellini. This guy almost looks like Brad Pitt a little bit. So in here we have a shot of the paparazzi, seems like. Let's read the back. La Dolce Vita. The biggest hit from the most popular Italian filmmaker of all time, La Dolce Vita rocketed Federico Fellini into international mainstream success, ironically by offering a damning critique of the culture of stardom. A look at the darkness beneath the seductive lifestyles of Rome's rich and glamorous, the film follows a notorious celebrity journalist during a hectic week spent on the peripheries of the spotlight. This mordant picture was an incisive commentary into the deepening decadence of contemporary Europe, and it provided a prescient glimpse of how gossip and fame-obsessed our society would become. Okay. So we have disc 1 and 2. These are DVDs. Alright. Next we have La Ventura by Michelangelo Antonioni. Antonioni. Okay, so we've got our disc with the Criterion C, and in the background we have, looks like cliffs next to a coast. Take a look at the brochure. Some of these brochures are quite long. I'll read the back. This is the Blu-ray edition. It's from 1960, 143 minutes, black and white, monaural, in Italian with English subtitles. Michelangelo Antonioni invented a new film grammar with this masterwork, an iconic piece of challenging 1960s cinema and a gripping narrative on its own terms. La Ventura concerns the enigmatic disappearance of a young woman during a yachting trip off the coast of Sicily, and the search taken up by her disaffected lover and best friend. Antonioni's controversial international sensation is a gorgeously shot tale of modern ennui and spiritual isolation. So that is La Ventura. Next we have the complete Jacques Tati. And this is a big set right here. Though he made only a handful of films, director, writer, and actor Jacques Tati, or is it Tati, ranks among the most beloved of all cinematic geniuses. With a background in music hall and mime performance, Tati steadily built an ever more ambitious movie career that ultimately raised sight-gag comedy to the level of high art. In the surrogate character of the sweet and bumbling, eternally umbrella-toting and pipe-smoking Monsieur Hulot, Tati invented a charming symbol of humanity lost in a relentlessly modernizing modern age. This set gathers his 6 hilarious features, along with 7 delightful Tati-related short films. Okay, so let's try to go through these here. Okay. Ooh. So you have a booklet right here. This booklet is pristine. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to open this too much or else it'll bend. I like this booklet a lot, actually. I think this is my favorite booklet so far. I really like this design. Very simple, but very vibrant too. Look at these colors. Alright, leave this booklet in there. So each one of these is a little packet in itself. I really, really like these designs. They're so simple yet vibrant. Look at these colors. Does this one have 2 colors inside? Nope, just blue. And each one has its own little description on the back as well. These are beautiful. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Each of them has their Criterion C on them. And we're going to bunch them up again together. And we will carefully put them back in the case. There we go. This one was really interesting. It's all set. Let's see what we have here. Okay. These are our remaining Blu-rays. And of course, these films are extremely silly. And they have nothing to do with the serious ones that we've just gone over, but so first we have in Blu-ray, we have the 2-disc unrated edition of Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story with John C. Reilly, and on the cover really just says it all. Experience in high definition, yeah. So this is obviously, let me see. This is a Johnny Cash parody, essentially. One of the most iconic figures in rock history, Dewey Cox, had it all. The women, the friends. Oh, wait. Okay, let's go back. So one of the most iconic figures in rock history, Dewey Cox, had it all. The women, over 411 served. The friends, Elvis, the Beatles, and the rock and roll lifestyle, a close and personal relationship with every pill and powder known to man. But most of all, He had the music that transformed a dim-witted country boy into the greatest American rock star who never lived. A wild and wicked send-up of every musical biopic ever made, Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, is gut-busting proof that when it comes to hard rockin', living and laughing, a hard man is good to find. So this film is hilarious and really silly, but I recommend it. Let's look inside, actually. Okay. So we have, what's this? So this is the one. This one has the theatrical and unrated versions, Blu-ray, and then this one is the special features. Okay, and I think this is just a generic Blu-ray promo. Let's see what artwork is behind the discs here. This is gonna be good. Yep. Not surprised at all. So we have him running down the street being chased by the cops in underwear. Classic. Okay. Not seen this one in a while. This is with John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell. So you've got them jumping into the pool together and being angry at each other. And I'll read the back here. Brennan, Will Ferrell, and Dale, John C. Reilly, are two middle-aged loafers who are forced to live together when their parents get married. When their reluctant step-siblings' immature antics over TV privileges and personal property take their toll on the marriage, the devious duo hatch a hysterical scheme to reunite the couple. For the people who brought you Talladega Nights and Anchorman, Step Brothers is a hilarious comedy which proves you don't need brains or talent to succeed. Well, maybe you do. Okay. So I haven't seen this one in a long time. I remember it being pretty funny though. So that's a good one. Naked Gun. This whole series I appreciate. This is the third one, or in other words, the 33 1/3 one. The final insult. The Naked Gun movies are ridiculous, but they're amazing. So let's see what this says. The single most important filmmaking event since Naked Gun 2.5. Oscar night. Who will win? Who will lose? And will someone please kick that numbskull off stage? Wait, that's no ordinary numbskull. That's Lieutenant Frank Drebin, crashing the ceremonies to stop a terrorist plot that could mean curtains for him. Or will a simple window shade be enough? Yes, back for hilarious three-peat and state-of-the-art advance and sequel numbering. The filmmakers you love, the returning stars you adore, plus others getting naked for the first time. Fred Ward, Anna Nicole Smith, and more folks you'd happily give your seat to on a crowded bus. The fun begins when, oops, we don't want to give away the gags. No, you'll have to pay for them. You'll be glad you did. Okay, so this one is hilarious. I highly recommend this and the whole series. They're very silly. But this is my kind of movie. Alright, so anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed this video about Blu-rays, DVDs, and a general part of a film collection. This video was based on a request. I got the same request from a few of you, so I thought I would go ahead and do a video about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please feel free to let me know if you have any other requests in the future. I always read all the comments, as I'm sure you've gathered, but I love to hear from you guys, and please don't hesitate to ask if you have an idea for future content. Okay, so thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're listening and watching this, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.